Behind every beautiful artwork, there is a layout designed with shapes to hold individual pieces of information together, creating a piece of artwork that conveys a message to a specific set of audience. In InDesign, there are a number of tools that can be used to create and manipulate shapes. Here we have the rectangle, ellipse, and polygon. I'll first start with the rectangle tool. So to insert a rectangle, all we need to do is to have the tool selected and move to the region where we want to create that rectangle. So we can click, drag to define our rectangle. And as we draw in InDesign, a screen tip appears next to the mouse pointer showing you the width and height of the shape you are about to insert. So currently, this is going to give me 29 picas in width and 11 picas in height. So that inserts a rectangle for me. The same goes with the ellipse. So let us select the ellipse tool, move to where we want to draw the ellipse, click, drag to define how we want it to look. And we have our ellipse inserted. And finally, the polygon tool. It works a bit different from the other tools. With this, we'll have to double click on the tool and then decide on the number of sides we want the polygon to have. I want my polygon to have 6 sides. So I'll click to set it to 6 sides and then click and drag to draw it. After drawing, I may decide to change the number of sides to, let's say, 8. So again, I'll have to double click on the tool and then change it to 8. Click OK, and then it changes the number of sides to 8. Additionally, it's important to know how to control the shape you are drawing. I may want my rectangle to have uniform size. In that wise, I wouldn't be drawing a rectangle, although the tool is called the rectangle tool. I'll rather be drawing a square. So here's how to do that. Select the rectangle tool, click, hold down the shift key, and it constrains the width to be the same as the height, and that inserts a square for us. We can do the same thing with the ellipse tool. Hold down the shift key and drag. It constrains it to be uniform, giving us a circle. We may also want to do the same thing to our polygon. Whilst the tool is in selection, click, hold down the shift key as you draw, and it constrains it to be uniform. You may have also realized that as we draw, the center does not stay fixed. It keeps changing. Here's how to maintain a fixed center. To maintain a fixed center, you click, hold Alt and Shift, and then draw. And you see that the center remains fixed. And as you draw, it's also possible to be moving the object around whilst you're still in drawing mode. So here's what I want to do. I want to draw whilst maintaining the center at a fixed point, and I'll be moving it around as I still draw. So here's how to do that. I'll click, hold my Alt and Shift key, and then draw. The center is fixed, I want to reposition it to somewhere at the top whilst I'm still drawing. So again, I'll hold down the space bar and then move it to the top. Release the space bar and then still draw. And it still draws from the center. I'll hold down the space bar again and then reposition it somewhere here, release the space bar and still be drawing. Again, I may want to have the corners of the shape rounded. And all I have to do is to click on this yellow control. And after clicking, it converts to 4 controls, each at a corner of the shape. So with my mouse, I'll hold one of them and drag. When I release the mouse, you can see that it rounds the corners of my shape. This control helps you to anchor the shape to a paragraph text so that when resized, the text wraps to make way for the shape. To demonstrate this, I have a paragraph text on the clipboard I'd like to place in. So I'll go for my type tool. Click, drag to define an area or a region for the text, and press Ctrl V to paste the text from the clipboard. I also like to fill my shape with a color. Let me fill it with red. And this time around, I will click on this and then hold down the Shift key and then drag it to the text. I can then resize it. And you see that the text wraps to make way for the rectangle to appear. We may also want to control alignment and spacing between the shape and the text. For instance, we may want to have some space at the top and at the bottom as well. So to do that, we'll Alt click on this control for a pop-up with those options that can help us achieve that. So what I want to control is the spacing at the top and the bottom. So I'll click on this and then space before, I'll just increase. And you can see some spacing appearing here, and then space after, I'll also increase it. Click OK, and I have that. So even if I resize it smaller or bigger, it still remembers the amount of space I have keyed to show here and at the bottom.